Today we're going to deal with black Christian criminals. Black Christian criminals. We're going to have fun today. So this should be a equal opportunity class today. As you all know, all the forces of evil are against the resurrection of the 12 tribes of Israel, meaning everybody is against this truth. I'm talking about all nations, races, colors, creeds, genders. Everybody's against it. Our fight, our battle, our war is within and without. When I say within and without, I'm talking about within the truth and without. And I'm going to show you. Let me help you understand what I mean. Let's start with 2 Corinthians. Who's reading for me?
Also Isaiah, sir.
Okay. Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 26. I'm going to show you what I mean by we are fighting with forces within and without.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 26.
And I really hope that everyone takes notes. I need you sisters to take notes. Have a clue, please. I mean, some days we're just going to have to stand people up and ask basic questions. And we're going to start on the right side of the room, that side over there. After class. Remember we used to have Bible Jeopardy? When we go into quest, we have Bible Jeopardy. I look to see which sisters don't want to play. I go, okay, she don't study, and she don't study, and she don't study. They're just there. Look at my her. Look, my her. That's the only thing that's the there for. Read that.
In journeyings often.
So the Apostle Paul said he journeyed often. Go ahead.
In perils of waters.
Apostle Paul said he was in perils of waters. Come on.
In perils of robbers.
In perils of robbers. Go ahead.
In perils of by mine own countrymen.
Now you see that part there? In perils by mine own countrymen, meaning his own people, the Jews. So Paul said he was in perils by his own countrymen. Go ahead.
In perils by the heathen.
He said he was in perils by the other nations. The word heathen means nations. So the other nations was against the gospel going forth to the people. Go ahead.
In perils in the city. In perils in the wilderness. In perils in the sea.
Here it comes.
In perils among false brethren.
That's within the congregation. False brethren. Phony men and women who sit among us and don't believe. They're waiting for opportunity to turn this truth upside down. Lead us right back to Caesar Borgias. You'll hear doctrines when the false brethren, you hear the false brethren. It's no sin about smoking weed. Weed is okay. This is what you hear. Some of the false brethren that left, this is some of the doctrines. Weed is okay. Why is weed okay? They say, the brother says, because it's from the earth. Well, guess what? Isn't cocaine from the earth? We could be cokeheads now. We can smoke crack. I'm telling you, it's a domino effect. Today is weed, tomorrow crack. All those things come from the earth. So you can't say it's not a sin. It's not a sin to smoke weed. It's not a sin to eat, or what do you call them when they put in the cookies? The brownies, right? They put it in brownies or sip it in tea. It's not a sin. And smoking it, I can't tell nobody it's wrong. That's between you and the Lord. Okay, tomorrow will be crack. And he'll say the same thing. You can't say that. It's not a sin. Telling you how drug addicts think. Read that again.
In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by mine own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren.
False brethren. Don't think everybody sitting beside you is a real brother or sister. You'll see, time will tell. Wait till that trial comes. You're going to see the brothers and sisters who bounce soon as something go a little wrong. We've seen a big thing happen amongst us. Now watch this. Matthew 10:36. So it ain't just, we're talking about the congregation. Now watch what Christ said about this thing here. Matthew 10, verse 36.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
We also battling in our own household. Christ is letting you know you're going to have foes. You're going to be like that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You picked a wife or you picked a husband, you picked a spouse that was the damn devil the Bible speaks of. So you go, no, that's my spouse. Your spouse is the devil. Some of you men don't even want to lift up your heads right now because you know you're sleeping with the devil. You know she don't believe she can't stand your guts. Some of the women know what I'm talking about. That man that they with, he don't believe either. She's sleeping with the enemy. Some of your kids, some of y'all got grown-up kids, they don't believe. You know they ain't no damn good, but you make excuses for them kids. Like, who's the dude that made excuses for kids? Eli. Remember the high priest Eli would put his kids over the laws of God. Here we go. We at Passover. Let me give an example. We're at Passover. Everybody got those little what are those things called around the wrist? Those wristband things. So everybody got one. My kids got one. So here goes one brother and sister. Their son don't want to wear it. He goes to the front. Nobody in security knows this dude. They said, hey, let me see your little whatever this thing's called. He says, I don't need one. Security says, why? He says, I'm VIP. I'm VIP. They said, we don't know you. You ain't getting in here. He runs to the next security booth. I'm going in here. They said, no, let me see your identifier. You belong here? He said, I'm VIP. I'm VIP. Then his mama goes and says, security showing hatred to my son. Comes to me, security, would stop, don't talk to me. Go talk to Lob. I left the hell out of there. I don't like stupidity. Stupid and evil stuff. Don't come to me with it. And some women will put their kids above everything and interpret it as, oh, you hate my kids. Here goes another one. Brother got his keyboard down there. The damn keyboard costs like 12 G's. Here go the boy. The same boy now goes up. Bang, 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 bang. The dude, can you get the hell off of that? Then here comes mama. They hate my son. Sister, stop. Stop with your stupidity. What is wrong with you? Who's going to pay for that $12,000 if he break it? When he break it? Or you? I ain't got no money. Then shut the hell up then. What is wrong with you? Read that again.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
You brothers better highlight that. You sisters highlight that part. Some of you don't know how to pick a spouse. You think you do, but give it a few months. Shoot, few months. Some of y'all took a few weeks. You found out that you were sleeping with the enemy. Woman can't cook, can't clean. Oh, no, I won't say can't. Won't cook, won't clean. Then when you lay down with it, let me be nice. She boring as hell. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The hell is this? You know, put some life in the thing over here. We hear all the stuff. I'm telling y'all, we hear. What I'm saying, I'm not making up. Some of y'all might, I'm not making it up. I'll be hearing like, we warned you. Y'all not ready to be married. See what you're going through now?
Bishop, they come in with the cold cream, looking
Yes.
all dead, and this is what you want.
Mm-hmm. Now, the next thing we battle. So we battle without. We got countrymen we battle with. We got false brethren. We got the heathen we battling with. Then Christ let us know the next level of battle is at home. The spouse that don't study, don't want to hear nothing about the Bible. It's the next front. But the third and final frontier is our battle within. Give me that in Mark 7:21. The battle within is the real battle.
The book of...
I'm showing you, this is training day, and it's true. We rehearsing the righteous acts, but the Most High is showing to see the Israelites are expecting a battle from the heathen right now. So we're expecting battles from Esau and other nations. Then the Most High said, let me show them false brethren in their midst. And everybody's shocked. What? I can't believe it. Not him. Not him. He was such a good brother. Now you're all shocked, fell out. Then at home, that spouse that you were so loving with, you just loved him or her so much, and they turn out to be the damn devil. Now watch this about within us.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men,
Out of the heart of men, meaning your mind,
proceed evil thoughts.
that's the proof it's talking about your mind. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts. Your thoughts come from your mind. Go ahead.
Adulteries.
That comes from within your mind. Go ahead.
Fornications.
That comes from within your mind.
Murders.
Murders, that comes from within your mind. Go ahead.
Thefts.
That comes from within your mind.
Covetousness.
That comes from within your mind.
Wickedness.
That comes from within your mind.
Deceit.
That comes from within your mind.
Lasciviousness.
That comes from within your mind.
An evil eye.
That comes from within your mind. That's hatred. Go ahead.
Blasphemy.
That comes from within your mind.
Pride.
That comes from within your mind.
Foolishness.
That comes from within your mind. Go ahead.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
That's the third and final frontier that we have to battle. Actually, it's really the first and the last. That right there. From within. All those things come from within. And many times when we get a circle of friends or we pick a particular spouse, if we have not conquered or begin to overcome what's within us, our circle tends to be those attributes that we just read. We want our friends to mimic one of these things that we just read. We don't want that righteous brother or righteous sister around us because we'll be corrected. So we don't want them around us. The Most High has given our people just and right laws to live by. Give me that in Nehemiah. To fight all on these three fronts, within and without, the Most High gave us right laws to battle within and without. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 13 and 14, please.
Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 13. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments.
God gave us right judgments.
And true laws.
And true laws. Go ahead.
Good statutes.
He gave us good statutes.
And commandments.
And commandments. Was that it?
No, verse 14 now. And madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath.
And he made known unto us his holy Sabbaths. Go ahead.
And commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws.
So when it said he commanded us precepts and laws, he taught us how to understand his word. Go ahead.
And commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant.
So the Most High gave us all these right judgments and commandments to keep us in check, to help us to battle the wars within us and without us. Within and without. The Most High gave us the tools necessary for us to survive in this present and evil world. Give me Isaiah 26, verse 2 and 3. Isaiah 26, verse 2 and 3.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 2. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in.
You see, that's talking about the Israelites. That the righteous nation which keepeth the truth, what is God's truth? His laws, may enter in. Watch this.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee.
Now that verse right there, I love that verse. It says, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Remember what we read in Mark 7:21. I don't want y'all to forget. What comes from within a man? Evil thoughts, adulteries, thefts, murders, wickedness, deceit, blasphemies. Remember those things? Yes, all those things come within. That causes us to be troubled within our minds. He gave us a clue here. He gave us a principle here to get peace of mind. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. So, many of us, or should I say, some of us, have no peace in our lives. We don't have peace at home, no peace in our marriages, no peace at work. We have no peace wherever we go. Why? Because our mind is not stayed on the Lord. We want mental peace, but we don't want to follow the principles the Lord has given us. Here go a brother. He want to get married. Brother, you're not ready to get married. You're mentally unstable. Why are you saying that to me? Because I'm telling you what we see. Something ain't clicking here. No, I don't agree, and she don't agree either. Sister, you going to marry that brother? I'm going to marry him. That's my man. I love him. He loves me. Okay, we fall back. Weeks go by. Sister goes, Shalom, Deacon Laba. The husband's over there. The husband's over there. She goes, gets some food or something. She brings the lava. What you bringing him food for? We bring food up for the leadership at the time. It's my turn. Listen, don't talk to nobody. Don't help nobody. What the hell's wrong with this dude? She going, okay. She quits that. Then she going to talk to another. The brother says, hey, shalom, sister Betty. She goes, oh, shalom, brother Raheem. Here go the husband. What the hell you talking to him for? What the hell is this? Every time I turn around, you talking to some nigga in the school. Bruh, husband, all I did was say hi. So the dude it ain't there. He bugged out. And you sisters don't pick up on the clues. We try to warn you. He ain't mentally stable. Don't marry that dude. No, he my man. He good. Okay. You got a nutcase right there. Now you running from state to state now, and the dude's on your heels following you. I know you went to Rochester. I'm coming down to here too. Okay. Read that again.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee.
Here we go. Now I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feeling. I'm just putting it out there. Y'all actually everything we say, everybody should say, this is about me. Let me self-examine. Everybody should say that when we go over classes. So, if you are on medication, if you pop pills, if you are on Xanax, no-dose, give me some more of them damn. Not methadone. What the hell is that? All those, them depression pills. You know that you need to take a chill pill. No, I'm going to mention pills. Another pill? You just need to rest. Just get your mind at ease, because then you want to get married. And that one eye start closing like that. And you men know, you wake up, hey, go to sleep and wake up. Close your eyes and wake up. I'll be the wife. I mean, what the hell is this? She all in the one eye twitching. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And we try to warn y'all, but y'all don't listen to us. I think they think we was born yesterday. We try to tell y'all, we try to help y'all, but y'all don't listen. Read verse 3 again.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee.
If we apply the laws and the testimonies in our minds, Most High said, I'm going to give you peace of mind. Some of us don't have peace of mind because we don't meditate on the word of God. We don't meditate. Where you going? Who you talking to? Why you always talking to that sister? You know she like you. Where you get that from? I just know. This is what we hear. Sister, why can't that sister say hi to your husband? Because she like him. How do you know she likes him? They're holding hands. They did anything. I just know I have a gut feeling. Really? Did you take your medication today? No? Okay. You go have a seat. Drink some water. Here's some water. And go pop your pill. Right? Sit in the corner. Now, give me Romans 13. So like I said, some of us have no peace in our lives because our minds are not stayed on the laws and testimonies written in Scripture for us. We don't like to meditate. We don't like to, even, I've been listening to a couple of the albums that brothers and sisters have been making, some good stuff. I heard the Kingdom album. I really like that. What's the other one with the rhino and the lion on the cover? I forgot it. What is it? Feast Day, High Holy Day album. I love that too. Sons of God album. Some good stuff. And I say, I'm hearing the scriptures go through a lot of these songs, and I'm like, this is some good stuff. You can meditate on that stuff. The Lord is giving us various venues so that we can keep our minds stayed on Him. But you know what we tend to do? We'd rather listen to Biggie Smalls or P. Diddy or 50 Cent got a new song. I forgot the name. This song is Wild as House. I can't listen to this. This thing is raunchy and wild. I even forgot the name of it, but it's new. It just came out a little while ago. Read that for me. Romans 13. Let's start at verse 9.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 9. For this thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You see that? Now, what's important about that verse, that part right there, in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You ever hear Christians say, all you got to do is those two laws, love the Lord your God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. They don't understand. Christ said, upon these two hang all the laws. And Paul reiterates it again here in verse 9. He says, thou shalt not commit adultery, not kill, not steal, not bear false witness, not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, that's a precept right there for you. Paul is explaining Matthew 22, verse 39, that Christians do not understand. And the lesson that we go over today, I'm going to show you how Christians don't understand it. Verse 10 now.
Verse 10, love worketh no ill will to his
It
neighbor.
doesn't say ill will. Read it again.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Right, that goes with 1 John 5 and 3, 2 John verse 6. Love is keeping the commandments. Verse 11, please.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Our people have been in sleep for over 400 years. That's 4 centuries. We've been asleep to the truth that we are the sons and daughters of the Most High God as the children of Israel. We have been asleep. So Paul, on his journeys here throughout Rome, he's been waking up the Israelites who are following Roman culture. Verse 11 again.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Let me show you that. Hold that in Romans. Get Acts, is it 17 or 16? Where it says they kicked out of Italy. Acts 18, Acts 18, verse 1 and 2.
The book of Acts, chapter 18, verse 1.
I'm showing you that the Israelites were in Rome.
After these things, Paul departed from Athens and cometh to Corinth,
Came to Corinth, that's Greece.
and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy.
Lately come from where?
Italy,
That's Rome. Go ahead.
with his wife Priscilla,
Why?
because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them.
So Claudius Caesar had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome. All those Jews that followed Christ, he kicked them out of Italy, out of Rome. So when we go to Romans 13 and verse 11, Paul is addressing those Israelites in Rome. Verse 11 again.
Verse of Romans 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
The sleep we were in was following Roman culture, or today is American culture, white man culture. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So our salvation is nearer. It's even at the door as we are awakening, especially in this day and time. See, when you read Daniel chapter 7, it talks about the fourth empire, which was Rome. The fourth and final empire was the Roman Empire. Rome fell. Then it was resurrected again as America. Okay? We're at the end of this empire now. So when Paul was saying it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed, it's even nearer now. That was the beginning of the Roman Empire. Now we're at the end of the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
The night is far spent.
The night is far spent.
The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Now, I want y'all to write this part down. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Casting off the works of darkness. That's going to be today's class. Cast off the works of darkness. And it says, and let us put on the armor of light. The armor of light is the Bible. I'm going to go over that in another lesson. Today I want to deal with casting off the works of darkness. Verse 13, please.
Let us walk honestly as in the day.
Now he's going to explain some, listen good, Paul is going to explain some of the works of darkness. Watch this.
Not in rioting.
Not in rioting. Write this down. Rioting refers to drunkenness. Go ahead.
And drunkenness. not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
Actually, rioting deals with feasting. Hey, pull that up for me. Pull this up. Bible Hub. Bible Hub, Romans 13. I think I sent it to you. I want Romans 13, and I want that verse. Verse 13. Watch. And we're going to go down to the section that says Benson Commentary. Go down. I want to show y'all what it means by rioting, chambering, and wantonness. Those are the things I want to concentrate on. Right there. You see Benson Commentary?
Yes, sir.
All right. Osias, read that for me on the Benson Commentary.
So-
Romans 13:13.
Yes. Benson Commentary. It says Romans 13:13. Let us walk honestly, Greek, decently, or in a manner becoming those to whom the glorious light of the gospel has appeared, as in the day, namely, of gospel of light already shining about us, which requires that we conduct ourselves with great wisdom and exemplary holiness,
Here it comes.
not in rioting.
Rioting. Now, that's the question. What does it mean by rioting? Go ahead.
It says Greek, a word derived from kamos, the god of feasting and reveling.
So
that
when
is.
Paul says don't deal in rioting, he's talking about feasting and reveling. That's party over here. That's my song. That's what he's making reference to. Go ahead.
It says feasting with lascivious songs.
With lascivious songs. What's that song? I put it on. She put it on the glass. Y'all know what I'm talking about? There's a song where she says put it on the glass. The dude. Nobody know what I'm talking about. It's an old California rap song. Yeah, y'all know the girl puts her breast on the windshield and she cleaning the car. What's that other song? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah.
Y'all know that? Yeah, that's so y'all know that.
We know that
The
one.
hell is this? I know that's
Damn.
back in the day, but that's all that pops in my mind right now. I know you got some worse songs today. But feasting with lascivious songs. Paul said that was, what did he say that was? He said that's the works of darkness. Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness. One of the works of darkness is rioting, which is feasting and reveling with lascivious songs.
Yeah, that means some songs we cannot listen to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Accompanied with music. These revelings among the heathen were performed in honor of Bacchus, the god of wine, who on that account was named, whatever that Greek is, Comestes, and were acted in the nighttime, for the most part without arms. However, the actors in these revelings were sometimes armed and insulted those who they happened to meet. The young among the heathen, especially
Youth among the heathen.
the youth among the heathen, especially in cities, when they were, what's that word? Enamored. Used after they had gotten themselves drunk to run about the streets by night, having crowns made of the branches and leaves of trees upon their heads, and torches in their hands with musical instruments of various kinds, upon which some of them played soft airs, while others accompanied them with their voices, and danced in the most lascivious manner.
Y'all know that Benjamin dance daggering? That's a lascivious. I don't. Y'all know what I want. Am I the only one to hear the notes of that dance?
No.
What is it? Pasa pasa? That's what you call it? It's a nasty dance? I'm talking about nasty dances. You know you're dance hall queens. I'm a dance hall queen. The hell is this? I seen a girl do it in a dance, she did a dance on one foot, her other foot was up towards the ceiling. Now you know that's some nasty stuff right there. But everybody was like this, looking at that girl. Okay, where we at on her? Let's go down, jump down to drunkenness. Just get to the point. You see drunkenness?
Yeah, drunkenness and the other vices here mentioned together and opposes the instruments or weapons of light to these nocturnal dresses and revelings, not in chambering.
Now we want to understand, what does he mean by chambering? Not in chambering. Watch what it means.
It
Go ahead.
says in fornication.
Chambering means fornication. Because remember the wedding chamber, what did you do in the wedding chamber?
Sex.
You had sex. So chambering is dealing with sex. Go ahead.
In fornication, adultery, and fleshly lusts. The original expression is interpreted by lay of lying long in bed.
Lying long in bed. Go ahead.
I will not defend the sense of the word, says Dr. Doddridge, but I will here record the observation which I have found of great use to my...
Jump down to wantonness. Go all the way down. Come on. Right there.
And
in
wantonness, lasciviousness, any kind of uncleanness or lewd practices in vices, alas, such as those here censored by the apostle. Many even professing Christians and wasting and polluting the... are wasting and polluting the hours which nature has destined to necessary repose.
So let's go back to Romans 13. Now we have a better understanding of Romans 13, verse 13. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 13, verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting.
Not in feasting with songs of the sexual nature. Go ahead.
And drunkenness, not in chambering.
That fornication, sexual activity.
And wantonness.
Lewdness.
Not in strife and envying.
And strife and envy. So, give me Sirach 11:16. Let us cast off the works of darkness. So we just read the Apostle Paul gave us a brief understanding of works of darkness. Let's get some more. Let's get a more generic term.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 16. Errors.
Yeah.
And
read it again.
Error and darkness had their beginning, together with sinners, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein.
Read again.
Error and darkness.
Error and darkness. That's where you want the understanding of darkness. Go ahead.
Had their beginning together with sinners, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein.
So those are all synonymous for darkness. Error, evil, sinners. Those are all synonyms for darkness. That word darkness is a metaphor for evil. Everybody understand that? All right. From there, let's go back to Romans 13 again and verse 14.
Romans chapter 13, verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof.
And that part right there, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. Let's see. Give me that. Go back to Bible Hub. I want that part. I want verse 14 now. But I'm going to see the part where it says, but he. It's right there, the first one.
Oh.
Yeah. Highlight that. Put on Christ. You see where it says put on Christ? Go down. Go down.
Okay.
Right there. You just highlight from there. Go down. Highlight that whole section.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Ozias, read that.
It says, put on purity
That's what it's all about when it says put on the armor of God, the armor of light. Go ahead.
and sobriety, peacefulness and benevolence. But he says all this and 1,000 times more at once in saying, put on Christ and make not provision for the flesh.
Now, what does it mean, make not provision for the flesh? Go ahead.
Says to raise foolish and sinful desires in your hearts, or when they are raised already, to devise means to gratify them.
To devise means to gratify them. Adultery, the sin of adultery, you have to devise that. Adultery don't happen you walking down the street and pop, 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 the penis falls in the vagina. It doesn't happen that way. You devise this thing. You see the good-looking girl, she sees you. You devise. Give me that in Job. You know what I want in Job? About the houses, the eyes. You know what I'm talking about, those eyes, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
The covenant made
The
not
eye of, the eye of the adulterer. It says they hide their face. Job 20 or Job 24. Job is in the 20s, I think. Let me look for it. Hold on. I'm going to show you how people devise. 24:15, thank you. This is how they devised.
Yes.
To devise, like it says, to raise foolish and sinful desires in your heart, or when they are raised already, to devise means to gratify them. That's explaining make not provisions for the flesh. Watch what it says here.
The book of Job, chapter 24, verse 15. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight,
You wait for those wee midnight hours when you think everybody's asleep. Go ahead.
saying, no eye shall see me, and distinguish his face.
Disguiseth his
and
face.
disguiseth his
Get a new
face.
prescription. Thank you. Disguises his face. Hey, Laba, can I borrow your car? Can I borrow your hat? Can I borrow your shirt? Bruh, why you want to borrow my hat, my car, my shirt? I'm just going to go drive. I just want to hang out a little bit. Just give me a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. But meanwhile, he or she is disguising himself so that you think it was Laba that went into the whole hotel. Meanwhile, it was Abiel. The hell is this? You actually, the height's kind of wrong. You wouldn't really fool us that much.
Not fit
Your
him.
clothes won't fit
But
him.
it won't fit him.
I'm offended.
You're offended? It's okay. You'll get over it. But this is how people, that's making provisions for the flesh. That's how they, what did it say, devise means to gratify them. So let's go back. Let's go back. From there, give me Sirach 18. Now I'm going to give you a scriptural precept to explain how you make provisions for the flesh. Sirach 18 and verse 30. I want all you young men in here to write this one down. I've seen this affect men more than, I've only seen this verse, these two verses apply to women once or twice. But brothers, I see it time after time after time. And listen, and don't think it's just IUIC. We're the only camp that talks about it, believe me. You don't hear the other camps talk about this. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lusts,
Go not after thy lusts. Go ahead.
but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
But refrain thyself from thine appetites. Remember, we read at the bottom of the Bible Hub just now. It talked about gratifying the what? What did it say?
Desires.
Your desires. Saying the same thing here. Go not after thy lusts. Go ahead. But refrain
From thine appetites.
from thine appetite. That's a desire you got. Everybody up in here, every man, some women, but I know the brothers. I know brothers, sisters, y'all. Men, what's that book? Men are from Venus, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We got like different. We're on two different. Somebody help me. Wavelengths. So I can't. I'm still trying to figure y'all out over there. But men, I know men. When we see something that we want, we go after it. That's how we do. Now, but everybody in here got different lusts. There, brothers, put their head down. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite. Go ahead.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that malign thee.
You know who your enemies are? Those men and women who are against this Bible. They're waiting for us to mess up. That includes your mothers, your fathers, sisters, and brothers, and your friends they used to hang out with. They're waiting. They want to laugh at you. Read it again.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her.
Here we go. Here goes a brother. Hey, bro, what you looking at? Oh, nothing much. You see the little newspaper over there? Back page. What's that? Back page. And in the back of the page, guess what they have? A list of hoes' phone numbers. Want a good time? Call 914-769-3334. Then this brother decided, now I had many situations like this, not in IUIC. So I won't put that stigma out there. Brother gets robbed. He dials 911 with his, there's a button. You know on the phone there's a button for emergencies? Yeah, he just hits it. Now get to the house. He's tied up. Brother, what happened to you? I got robbed. Who robbed you? I got to be nice with my words. I got robbed by these two hoes. That ain't what he said. He used the B word. These two B's robbed me. I said, how they rob you? I said, we untied the dude. How they rob you? He said, well, I'm getting down. I said, how'd you get that number? Backpage.com. I said, bro, people get robbed on that thing. So anyway, he's tied up, untied the dude. He says the two hoes come over. He getting down, he getting dirty. But one of them goes, oh, I have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. She goes back, which was near the front door. Guess what she does? Leaves the door unlocked. Then you got Raheem and Tyrone. While my man, butt naked, with his legs in the air. Why his legs in the air, I don't know. Raheem and Tyrone come in the door. And they beat the hell out of him and tie him up. Now he mad. Read it again. I'm giving y'all true stories. So you brothers, y'all can sleep on what I'm saying. Go on backpage.com. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now somebody's going to edit that out right there and say Bishop said go on backpage.com. Go ahead, read that again.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her,
if you give your soul the desires that please her,
she will make thee a laughingstock to thy enemies that malign thee.
Read verse 30 again.
Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thy appetite.
Now, I said that everybody in here got different lusts. Everybody in here. I'm talking about the men. I ain't talking about you women today. I'm leaving y'all alone. The men got different lusts. Give me the article, Teacher's Aid Allegedly. Allegedly. Then I'm going to tell you the story about, just remind me, about the FBI. I always tell an FBI story. It's a true story. Can we see the title? Come on, Josiah, read that.
Teacher's aide allegedly hires hitman to kill 10-year-old student he's accused of molesting.
Now, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. He hires a hitman to kill a 10-year-old student. Wow. The kid is 10. Damn. That he was molesting. Now, you might ask yourself, well, what does this have to do with us? It has everything to do with us. Read verse 30 again.
Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. If thou,
So, I'm linking this in because everybody in here, you know, men, we always say, yeah, black power, ungawa, black power. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. We like to put on the air of, help me out here, the air of normalcy. Everybody in here ain't normal. I want you sisters to know. Everybody, and some of them ain't normal. Look over there. Some of them crazy as hell. But all the brothers ain't normal. You think brothers want a nice-looking sister. Yeah, okay. Hey, I'm going to prove my point. Give me that 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. I'm going to prove my point. Then I'm coming back to this story.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
So, the effeminate is the brother who acts like a woman. He has feminine tendencies. He might not be having sex with a man, but he has feminine tendencies. Now, the next part, abusers of themselves with mankind. That's the homo brother right there. Go ahead.
Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. And such were some of you.
That part right there. Such were some of you. Some of you Corinthians that came into this truth was some of those things. Let's go back to the article now. Come on, Osias, come on.
Teacher's aide allegedly hires hitman to kill 10-year-old student who he's accused of molesting. Clayton, Missouri, right? A teacher's aide in St. Louis is accused of hiring a hitman to kill a student he allegedly molested. KSDK reports that Deontay Taylor...
Wait, y'all see the name? Damn. I don't know about you, bro. I don't know what y'all names are, but when y'all, and I ask y'all real name, and y'all give me names like Deontay or you ever see y'all need little weird names? Some of the women, single women, give some of you brothers these girlified names. Deontay is like Shantae.
Yeah.
These are girlish names. So I sit back and look at you. Your name is what, bro? Deontay. Read that again. Now, if your name is Deontay, I'm not talking about you. I don't know y'all names.
Deontay Taylor, 36, and his accomplice and boyfriend. Michael Johnson, 66.
Wait a minute, how old is he?
66.
Wait a minute. How many years? That's about 30 years difference?
30 years.
Wow. Go ahead.
Appeared in court Wednesday. They faced several charges and both pleaded not guilty.
Not guilty.
KSDK reports that while Taylor, who has HIV...
You can't make this up.
was working at an elementary school
Working at an elementary school.
in 2015, he molested a 7-year-old student.
Wait a minute. He started the molestation when the boy was 7. Go ahead. I don't know what. I heard, I hate mentioning what other Israelites say, but there's a certain Israelite camp that mentions having sex with 9-year-olds. I don't see what some men will see in a child. And I don't see it. I don't get it. My mind can't wrap itself around it. Go ahead, read that again.
While was working at an elementary school in 2015, he molested a 7-year-old student. At that time, charges were not filed.
Why not? Go ahead.
He was arrested in November 2018.
The next year.
After
wait a minute. That's 3 years later.
3 years later.
That's 3 years later. Go ahead.
After his DNA was found to be a match to samples from his former student.
Wow. So they must have did a rape kit.
Damn.
And found some DNA. Go ahead.
From jail, investigators say Taylor and Johnson attempted to hire a hitman to kill the former student and his family.
Not only kill a 10-year-old boy, who was 7 at the time, and his family.
Damn.
Go ahead.
The student is now 10.
Damn.
Taylor faces sodomy charges.
Sodomy charges. Sodomy charges. Now, sodomy under the penal system covers several things. It could be, it's not always, let me be nice, what words could I say? It's not always penis to anus. Sometimes it could be mouth to the private. It could be your hand on the naked. I'm trying to be nice, not saying nothing too nasty, because I know I'll get an email from that side of the room complaining. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Taylor
faces sodomy charges, and both he and Johnson face charges of conspiracy to commit murder and witness tampering.
Wow.
Yeah, you know this. That's why we say teach your kids at home. Make a big difference, man. We living in a world of darkness. These people, look at the brother. You would never think he will like that.
A student out of class and molesting him. For months, the I-team has been looking into that allegation.
And now after 3 years, that teacher is charged with not only assaulting the student, but trying to have him killed. Investigative reporter PJ Rendawa was in court today as the teacher and his accomplice made a rare appearance.
Well, that teacher, Deontay Taylor, and his accomplice and lover, Michael Johnson, were in court today. Both of them have pled not guilty to a variety of very serious charges they're both facing. Police say while Taylor was working as a teacher's aide at Lusher Elementary in 2015, he molested one of his students, a 7-year-old boy. Charges were not filed, and Taylor went on to get other teaching jobs, finally landing in the Ferguson-Florissant School District. Were there any red flags when you checked out his background before he was hired?
Mr. Taylor went through the same process that all of our teaching candidates go through. Everyone goes through a criminal background check, a sexual abuse registry background check, and there was nothing that showed up on that.
Taylor was arrested in November of 2018 after his DNA was found to be a match to samples found on his former student. But months later, while behind bars awaiting trial, police say Taylor and his boyfriend, Michael Johnson, tried to hire a hitman to kill the child and his family. The I-team also uncovered during that time, Taylor was still being paid by the Ferguson-Florissant School District. So he was behind bars, accused of molesting the student, and he's still getting a paycheck from the district.
He had an opportunity to have due process when those initial charges were filed. When the subsequent charges were filed, it became clear that he was not going to be returning, and at that time he was terminated.
Taylor is facing felony sodomy charges, while he and his accomplice face conspiracy to commit murder and witness tampering charges. Deontay's alleged victim is now 10 years old. He and his family have started up a GoFundMe page to cover some of the many expenses they say they've had over these difficult last 3 years. To visit that GoFundMe page, go to our website at ksdk.com and just look for this story. In Clayton, PJ Rendawa, 5 on your...
You know that little boy got to go through therapy, right? He ain't going to forget that. Now, go back to his face. Go back to the guy's face, please. Right, go. Okay, right there. Y'all see this? Give me Isaiah 3 and 9, please. I'm sorry.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. The show of their countenance doth witness.
That means their face. Their countenance refers to their face. Go ahead.
Doth witness against them. And they declared their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Sometimes you give an interview, you can look at somebody. Like, give me that one in Sirach 19, the last verses, about a man's walk and his talk.
Sirach,
show what he is.
Sirach chapter...
See, y'all go on this daggone Martin Luther King thing about don't judge a man by the... How does it go? How do they say? Don't judge a man by the color of his skin, but by the... Listen, that's all BS. I'm going to show you what God says. Read that.
Sirach chapter 19, verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
A man may be known by his look. You got to look at a nigga, you can tell what he is. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him.
When you meet him, you can tell what he is when you look at him. Go ahead.
A man's attire.
A man, the way he dressed. If you see the shirt tied up in a bow tie in the front with his stomach out, you know something wrong. He got the skinny jeans on. What the hell is going on here?
Or he twerking when he walking.
Yeah.
Bishop,
the hell is this?
his sister call it, he's sexy.
He's sexy.
He's
Ain't no
sexy.
damn
He's
sexy. Nah. Go ahead.
A man's attire and excessive laughter.
And excessive laughter. Go ahead.
And gait show what he is.
And gait means his walk, the way he walk. If he switches when he walks, there's a problem. Yeah, he's twerking when he walks. There's a problem. So God says you can look at somebody and judge them. So let's all put Martin Luther King to the side with that thought, that theory he has. Because let me tell you, white people do it all the time. They look at you. As soon as you come through the door for an interview, they looking at you from the top of your head to your shoes to see what type of person you are. And then they're going to make an assessment on you. They're going to have a little meeting. What do you think about Raheem? Well, I don't know. What I saw was A, B, or C, and they all going to talk about you. That's what they do.
The treatment of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have abandoned. We have abandoned. How about you? How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.